Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 20 of Multiblock Madness, where today we are watering plants. I'm currently in the process of filling in some of my resource production holes, so most of my raw resources come from plants of some variety, right? And there's just a few that don't have, or that I didn't get the mystical agriculture seed for, so I have to revert to using the agricraft seed. And the advantage of the agricraft plants is that they can be bred by just crossbreeding. So right now I'm trying to breed a redstone seed. In theory, that's the only seed that can spread into this crab stick from the two on the left and right. So it is a when it happens, it's a guaranteed success, but it's a matter of how long does it take. And let's double check to make sure I have the right stuff down to. Ooh, that's active redstone ore. I wonder if the redstone ore being active is enough to make the plant not grow. Let's just well, it's gravel above it. That's kind of awkward. Yeah, let's just keep watering. So anyways, redstone seeds are iron crossbred with lapis. It has to grow on gravel with redstone underneath. Oh, there it goes. Red seeds, perfect. So then once we get that crossbreed event, of course it happens when I'm not even watering, so why bother, right? We can exchange out all this ore underneath with the new one. I've also bred a 10-10-10 lapis seed because I believe I don't have, oh no, based on how much lapis I have, I definitely do have a lapis essence. So definitely don't need that lapis seed. But yeah, now we can take this redstone seed. It has some base stats, and then level it up all the way, and this will be our redstone source. Because right now I'm remarkably low on redstone. I have 33 pieces of it. Excellent. If I'm given the option, I do prefer the mystical agriculture seed. It produces more per growth cycle. I think it's like up to 8 or something, whereas this is up to 5. And also each mystical agriculture essence is typically more than one redstone, right? So it's 9 to 16, almost 1 to 2. Each essence is almost worth 2, whereas this literally produces redstone. So you get something like 3 to 5 per harvest when at max stats. But in any event, I'm pretty sure the just this seed will outproduce our demands, and there's this nifty thing called planting a second crop. We need more redstone. So anyways, I'm gonna give this some time to grow. I could water it to speed it along, but I'm not quite that patient. So today I would like to continue on our, I think we're here in chapter 6, and make our iridescent altar. This I think we have everything that goes into this now. There's, let's see, we have to make empowered Inori crystals. This is where we left off last time, making the titanium shard. Besides that, we need crystallized obsidian, but there's this crafting recipe for it. Although even this crafting recipe, this is amber. So I guess we have to go through the cyclic crystallizer, this setup to like make amber and all that jazz. Let's go with the empowered Inori first. Big 10 blocks of it because I'm sure we'll use it sometime or another. Almost everything that goes into here is very cheap, so. I remember when we were making these control circuits before, I needed like 1 for my gas turbine, and it took me, I don't know, I think when I first made it, it took me like 30 minutes because of the advanced electronic circuits. But now we hit the craft button and the game makes it for us automatically. Such is the power of automation. Do the thing, and because of our clever Empower setup, I don't even have to deal with any filters. I love Empower setups that don't use filters. Cool. So that's that. Next, if we're gonna have to do the crystallizer anyways, we may as well go straight to obsidian, right? Oh no, I guess we need crystallized amber no matter what we do. Is there? Yeah. So step 1, make amber. Step 2, make crystallized obsidian, and then turn it into the item. Weird item. What all is it used for? Pretty high defense armor, mediocre tools. Splash weakness potion, huh? Alright, whatever. The cyclic mod has a lot of really cool gadgets in it, like it has a wireless redstone, and generally it's like a utility mod. So wireless redstone, an auto clicker, stuff like that. Water finder, spikes, that kind of jazz. And then it has these random machines that like do processing. And I really don't know what they're for. But we put acacia into, oh right, these machines are also, if they want 1 stack of acacia, don't you dare give it 2 stacks. No, that's a whole different recipe. So this melts acacia into the fluid form, which I guess does not get auto pushed. So we'll need conduits to move that into the solidifier. And then into here goes the nuggets. These machines are also horrifically slow. I did notice that while I was looking at this again, there was another recipe for crystallized. Well, this one here doesn't have to be specifically cyclic amber, and we have a fair bit of Thaumcraft amber. But now that I'm already this far, we're gonna finish the way we started. So anyways, then we can melt all. Don't do that. Melt all that down. Is that not the recipe? Crystallized obsidian. Order matters? I don't know. Alright, and then we... Why are you so complicated, Cyclic? Extract that into another solidifier, where we solidify it with iron nuggets, and I think that does the thing. Well, that makes crystallized obsidian, and I need, what, 4 pieces of it total? I don't think I ever need it again after this, so these 4 pieces will represent all the crystallized obsidian we ever make. We made 4 machines to make 4 items. Excellent. Upgrading the altar requires a little bit more starlight than we get. I don't think we reach it even in the absolute dead of night, so I'm going to upgrade our altar with a celestial collector crystal to shine some light on it instead of using the our regular collector crystal. Let's have my wand on me, start this craft, and I will also build the structure to improve the crystal, one of those like floating thingies, you know, via magic. It makes the crystal collect more starlight. Bit of a tight fit, but we got it crammed in here. Link the crystal. Well, actually, before we link it, let's see how much starlight we have. So we are... Oh, we're on the fading side of the night anyways. Let's be quick. We go from that much to, yeah, an absolutely full bar. In fact, actually, since we are on the fading side of night, I'm pretty sure we will have enough starlight to even craft during the day. Let's give that a shot. Because this is a max size crystal, we get a lot of starlight out of it. And yeah, we are no longer tied to the nighttime for purposes of crafting. Now, I think there are some, once we upgrade the altar to this tier, there will be some recipes that require more than the amount of starlight we have at night or during the day. Let's find out. So it is when it upgrades, it's going to complain to us that the multi-block is wrong. 2 ways to fix it. Either you tear everything down and rebuild it with the capsule, or I believe this is a case where need it to finish crafting to gain the research. This is a case where the next altar is a superset of the existing ones, so all we have to do is add blocks. Let's see. Oopsies. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Come on, show me what the multi-block looks like. Is it this one? Here we go. Yeah, I just have to add a bunch of these bricks. What is it? 68? Oh, I don't know how many of them it is. It was unintentional, but I just barely managed to get the line of sight from the crystal to the altar without blocking it with the bricks. Starlight beams do need line of sight to function. Anyways, that should be it. Oh, that's clearly not it. What I do wrong? Forget it. We'll use plan B. The pack authors went through the trouble of making the module for us, so there we go. So I guess even during the day, we have 100% starlight bar. Now, to craft using this altar, there's more complicated recipes than before. Whereas before we just had the items on the grid, now we have a constellation in the backdrop as well as items on the side. So if we want to make an item, let's start with the shifting star. Specifically, I want the Visio, or the Radiant Star. So to craft this one, we need the Visio constellation in the background. To do that, we need a Visio attuned crystal. It doesn't have to be a celestial crystal, nor do its stats matter. But you place it here, bam. Next, we need the 6 items on the side. Well, it varies by recipe, but in this case, 6. So to get those, I need to place these little, these things, spectral relays, around the altar. So let me go make 6 of them. I don't think I have 6 spectral. Oh, I have 5. Yoink. We don't need his starlight anymore. Actually, I'm pretty sure it would... I'm just curious, is that just short of full? Maybe this little guy was the difference between 99% and 100% starlight. Are you doing it yet? No, I think this last pixel doesn't render. Hold on. Make it nighttime. This is in the name of science, I must know. No, okay, that last pixel just doesn't render. Never mind. You're baited. Sorry, little guy. After all that work to scrounge up a relay, I had to craft more, because for some reason, when I placed one here, it got eaten. I have no clue where it went. Usually it's just a desync, but nope, it actually ate it. I think that was the exact block where I previously had my, like my stolen crystal. So I think it's, I'm going to call it the revenge of the stolen crystal. Now, when we put all the ingredients on the table, it shows the output. So we start the craft as usual. And over time, get a time in a bottle to encourage it along, it'll display where it wants the side items to go. So this bit is random as far as I know. There's no meaningful way to automate it. Perhaps if you get really clever, like it'll only pick a spectral relay that exists, obviously. So I guess you have to like place a spectral relay and then wait for it to choose it because that's the only spectral relay that, I don't know. It's probably, if you're particularly clever, it's probably possible to automate this, but almost everything that's crafted on the iridescent altar this way is like a one-off craft. You know, you do it once, you do it twice. So there's no real reason to have to automate it. Anyways, once you have all the items, that'll spit out the star. Now when I use this, it'll reset my talent points and let me keep my perks. Although before I do this, I think I want to discover our last few constellations. So the ones on the outside here, there's 4 of them. They're the Fate constellation or something along those lines, but we can't discover it using a telescope. The telescope isn't powerful enough. For that, we need a observatory. So this is, all right, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. First of all, we have to attune a crystal to this, whatever 5-pointed star shape is. Doesn't have to be one of our perfect crystals, but I have like 25 of them left, so yeah, may as well put them to use. The observatory recipe has 8 side items, so needs 8 spectral relays. And off we go. Alright, so do the same thing again, put the items where they get requested. And then wait for it to finish doing its swirly bits. That's a lot of starlight. I think the when you time in a bottle, all the light particles show up more or less all at once. And when you're done, come on. Why does this have to take 10 minutes? It's like sped up 8 times or something, and it's still taking forever. When it's done... Oh, no, it's taking forever because I sped it up. Whoops. When it's done, now that it's not sped up, please. This is like the worst part of astral sorcery. There's so many of these random wait for 30-second to craft bits. None of it makes sense to me, but I guess that's magic, right? You can't hurry magic along. Doesn't work like that. You really can't hurry magic along. Nope. I could edit this out, but I'm not going to. You're going to wait here and suffer with me. We're in it together. Oh, you know what? You know what? I put the wrong item on the thing. So I really should edit that out, but again, you know, you're gonna suffer with me. I don't edit out my mistakes. I own up to them. Even if it's something like you put the wrong item on the pedestal. Please hurry up, Astral Sorcery. I would like to have my observatory today. Excellent. That gives us an observatory, and now it's probably too late in the day to use it. But you get in it, you look around, you see the stars you've already seen, because I forgot to discover the other constellations. So if we get a couple more pieces of constellation paper, whoopsies, there should be, there's 4 more, so I need to go grab a couple more pieces of constellation paper. Let's go get them out of the altars. Even these little altars have at least 1 chest, so there it is, and oh, lucky me. Here's 1. So Jellu, that is the one I wanted, but while I'm out here, I may as well grab the last 2 pieces of constellation paper. Hey, lucky me. Alright, so now we have all 4 of our minor constellations, our 3rd tier tertiary constellations, now to discover them. And that's done at night, naturally. So, there was one already. When you look around on this thing, there's basically 2 layers. Like, there's a top strip and a bottom strip, so I usually just scroll through each strip once a night, and you can tell when you're looking at a constellation because of the parallax. So anyways, I have no clue what the minor constellations actually look like, but I'm gonna guess this one looks something like this. That's totally not right. This is one of these. So these constellations cannot be attuned to. They're too faint for that, and you cannot even attune a crystal directly to them. They don't have direct ritual effects. However, they can modify existing rituals, and there's some stuff we may or may not do with it later. But for now, I just have to discover them so that we can get their associated perk. So that one is Jellu. And I think that's all that are out tonight. Take a quick nap and make it the next day. Without that interaction, like that blood magic, make it nighttime interaction, I'm not convinced it would be, like, it's definitely possible to do astral sorcery, but oh boy, is it a pain in the butt. Constellation number 3, this one is Vorux or something. I think that's how it goes. Nice. And the last one is not out tonight. And here is Alcara. That's all of them. So now when I look in my perks book, the effects of these are now known. Most of these kind of suck. Like perk experience affects perk effect at 50% their value. This one just kind of strictly better. You get perk effect for everything. So these both grant perk effect, right? But this just gives more perk effect, I think. Increases to, I wonder how much perk experience. So I have 256 with perk experience being, no, actually maybe we can, I don't know. They're very similar. When you have 30 skill points, so this one is just strictly better than that one. Maybe when you have 100, no, but this even scales, whatever, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna take Focus Jellu. This one is what you gain perk effect, but for unsealed allocated, so basically you get 1% perk effect per point. This one is 3% perk effect per point. I guess this one doesn't require you to not take whatever. And this one is perk experience, but by the time you've unlocked the ones all the way out here, you don't need perk experience anymore. All right, so anyways, respec time. I am going to take our star, hold it, and bam. Game crash. Excellent. And we're back. Looks like we didn't lose any progress or anything, which is good. The crash, I think it was because I reset while having a sealed perk. I had this perk sealed with one of the sealers. But anyways, time to put all 100 points in again. So a couple decisions to make. First of all, do I want Vis Inoculation? This gives you a lot of runic shielding at the cost of your health. I think I'm just going to settle for having like 100 hearts and not having Vis Inoculation. So I think my choice here is no. Might grab this one just for 2 runic shielding with all the perk effect. That'll be like 8, maybe 10. Second choice is, do I want Visio Mantle? And I think the answer is yes, because I don't have Creative Flight from anything else yet. What else can I get Flight from? We can get it from full Supremium set. What do we make Supremium on? The ingots. A 2500 heat blast furnace, so we can actually make it. And I think we have plenty of points, so we'll just grab Visio Mantle Creative Flight. That'll be our Creative Flight system. At least for now, we can respec however later, or we can just leave it in because it's 1 point. The points leading up to it are pretty good. Now we're going to end up with so much movement speed that I'm 90% sure I'm going to have to install Optifine so that we can turn off dynamic FOV. There's not an option to turn it off. As is there? Don't see it. Nope. Because we're gonna have like 360 degree FOV, and that is just gonna give everyone a headache. All right, let's put in points. And done. There's a little over 100 points spent because like this gives extra points, these give extra points. In total, I guess we can take this number, divide by 3. So we have 110 total points spent. But yeah, this is I'll leave this up for a second. You can screenshot it if you want to copy it. I'm not even going to pretend like this is optimal. There's too many decisions to make. And at some point I was like, screw it, I'm putting points in places because I'm sick of not putting points in places. So, we got some highlights. Very high attack speed, guaranteed to crit for tons of damage, capped on basically everything that's cappable. 300% life recovery, 117 life. So I think divide that by 2 for number of hearts. We do almost 7 times base melee damage. We only wait 3. I don't know how much faster we move. We move a lot faster. We have like 180-degree FOV. I'm going to try to not install Optifine because Optifine causes some issues. Maybe I can find some other mod that just turns off dynamic FOV. But 18 blocks of reach. So I can... Yep, I can hit that from here. And that's without like the block reach enchanted chest piece. So all right, anyways, that's our astral sorcery thing. I took the point to give us creative flight in the chest slot, and then I realized this chest has really good enchants. Well, let's go ahead and make ourselves the mantle. Anyways, the mantle Visio, this one, the mantle of stars. After making the Visio mantle, though, we have to enchant it. So these enchants are pretty good. I mean, they're quite good, but we can do better. For that, we're going to need hell shelves and go into Apotheosis' like super enchanting system. So to make these, we just have to make the shelf itself. That's not too bad. We might have to get some gas tiers somehow, probably from killing ghasts. But once I have that, we can get enchants up to probably like level 100 plus. There's a bit of thing of how I'm going to actually get that experience, but we'll solve that later. Also, I discovered that I can just turn down my base FOV so that even with all this, you know, super high movement speed, our final FOV is something remotely reasonable. And I think it's a bit wider than normal, but it is quite playable. Hello, Ghast, I require your DNA. Ow. You get it? Thanks for your service. Hello, chicken. I require you to lay me an egg.
Happy birthday, Taco!
Happy birthday, dude. Alright. We probably don't need our zombie spawn. You know what? I'm just gonna get another spawner. We've got plenty of spawners around, I'm sure. Found it. You're coming with me. Another zombie spawner. That works. At some point, I should set up an actual spawner system. I wasn't sure if that would actually spawn or not. I definitely did not expect it to. Oh well, I guess right here is a fine place to be spawning these guys, right? I don't have anything in our base that's sensitive to getting set on fire or anything, or getting blown up by gas. This is fine. This is fine. Alright, that's probably enough gas chairs for the time being. Brew up the regen pots, and then make the base hell shelves. So initial hell shelves only have enchanting power 2, but they do allow us to exceed the enchant level limit of not using hell shelves. So like without using hell shelves, our jump on that enchant limit is level 40, which, you know, blast protection 7, like that's not a half bad enchant, but we want better than that, right? So if we take our hell shelves, we can then enchant these. I ate almost all of my solidified experience. I just barely got to level 120, so I was able to reach 120 without enchanting our hell shelves. So we'll just use regular hell shelves for now. We can enchant them later for even higher levels. And that was remarkably bad. All right, well, I guess that's a mantle we have. I mean, it still gives creative flight, so good enough. In order to do more enchanting, I'm going to need more EXP then. So I figured let's set up a EXP farm, or just a mob farm in general. Everything gets channeled into a mob grinder that kills mobs. We get their drops. Well, I have the sub assistant to pick up the drops, but the idea is I need to, you know, put a spawner in there, right? So I took one of our spawners, fully upgraded it such that it has all the bells and whistles. So that is, let's see if I pin this, can I show you? I maxed out these things, maxed out spawn count, and then I ignore spawn conditions, so I gave it our dragon egg, our nether star, and a chorus fruit. The chorus fruit, I think, was a mistake. Let me show you. So, when I flip this lever, it's going to start spawning mobs. A lot of them, very quickly. Very quickly. Very quickly. To the point where, without that command, the game will die from over-spawning mobs. You can see, it's not my first time I've done that. So, thankfully, according to this, we can undo the chorus fruit. If we ignore spawn cap and inverts behavior must be held in opposite hand. I'm thinking if we do this, We are in... Good. It once again, now it stops spawning mobs until we kill the first set. I would like if the limit were a little bit higher, but, you know, I can live with this. This is, you know, workable. Those particles in my face, however, are annoying. But yeah, this sure beats having, I mean, it sure beats not being able to do anything because we have 10 million mobs around. So anyways, let's take this and drop it inside our spawner room and see how quickly we can farm up some of those, some experience. I've slipped our spawner into there. It's controlled via redstone from a lever up here. I can move the lever somewhere more sensible later maybe. But the lights don't matter because they ignore spawn conditions. So to turn it on, we flip the switch. Bam. Now as for drops, they get picked up into the drawer network. That's if the items are whitelisted to it, and everything else goes into the trash can. So everything else amounts to... Let's first make sure I'm not leaving items on the floor. Doesn't sound like it. Everything else amounts to the stone swords. So I have ignore MBT, ignore metadata, so ignores durability and enchants. And the Electrobob's wizardry spellbooks. Even when these have the same like level, they have it's not MBT data, but there's some other data attached to them that makes them not stack into drawers. It's like those squiggly words. I'm not a wizard. I don't know what squigglies mean. So we just trash them. Doesn't really matter. And then all the drawers are voided. And all that's left is to put some emerald upgrades into them. I do hear there's... Oh, did I turn this? Never mind. I turned the mob grinder off. I meant to turn the spawner off. So all I have to do is drop some upgrades into these. Anything that does store into a compacting drawer, I'm putting in compacting drawers naturally. The stuff that doesn't, well, does it. So this will produce a couple things. First of all, these experience balls, I guess pizzas to eat. And last but not least, it'll produce some Infernium essence. Although I have tons of Infernium. I suppose it also produces Wither Skeleton Skulls, which you can, you know, use in a Wither farm down the line. And oh boy, is this farm fast. We have the upgrades in the Mob Masher, so it gets... I don't think it's guaranteed to get ahead, but it gets heads quite often. So you just... I don't think I could spawn Withers fast enough to kill them all with this rate of skull production. Anyways, what I'm after right now, though, is these things. So I could right-click them by hand to turn them into experience, but that is way too much work. So I think I'm going to set up a magma crucible to melt them, and then we'll store this. Ideally, it melts into Essence of Knowledge. I'm really hoping we can just directly pipe Essence of Knowledge into the Ender IO obelisk. If not, we're going to have to do something clever because I don't know how else I can store tremendous amounts of it. The obelisk holds effectively infinite experience. No matter what I try, I can't get the EXP to become the Ender IO variant. Best I can do is get it to store in a huge tank, and then we can empty the tank periodically with the Tome of Knowledge and put that experience into us. So anyways, that gives us enough experience that we can do some more enchanting. So let's go for like a super enchanted pickaxe, and you know, the rest of my gear also needs some enchants. Before I enchant a good pickaxe, I kind of want to make myself a good pickaxe, so this seems like a good opportunity to make the pickaxe of the core, the void pickaxe of the core. It's a mining level 5 one with, I don't know what sounding and refining does, but it has a lot of durability. So we need a primordial pearl for this, but we can craft it. So let's make our first crafted primordial pearl. These are good for at least 10 crafts. There's probably some way to repair them. There typically is, but I believe they have 10 durability anyway. Nope, they have 8. So they're good for 9 crafts. I think you get to use them once at 0 durability. Anyways, I need 2 void metal plates, which thankfully are handcraftable. And I've already made the base pickaxe. So that's in there. The 2 void metal plates, and the last item cannot possibly be symmetrical. So do I have the aspects? Metalum definitely, Ignis definitely, so alienness and senses probably. Senses, yep. Alien, yep. Metalum, yep. Ignis, good. Alright, craft away. I love the time in the bottle. Alright, now let's go. I hope the two things on here... Oh, it starts with Fortune 2. That probably means we're going to have to strip that off, because I don't think we can re-enchant it. Oh no, we can. So I guess that Fortune 2... Wait. What? That's Fortune 2. The Fortune 2 is a lie. What are... Let's see. Infench? Isn't enchanted items have enchants? E-N-C-H? What? What is... I guess infench is a... Oh, I-N-F. Infinite enchant? I don't know. Don't try to read MBT data too seriously. What do we get? It's very soulbound. Don't like the enchant? No problem. Strip it off with a fabric of disenchantment. It can do what, 32? Sure. Even get some EXP back. How nice of it. And try again. Fortune 13. I think that's what I'm after. Add unbreaking efficiency. Sure, that's a pretty good pickaxe. I'm gonna probably redo the chest as well. I don't want to have life bending on it, just so I don't have to worry about repairing it anymore. It might be too high level to actually hit life bending. I know there's a maximum level to hit some enchants too, but if we can't get it, I can just enchant. It's about the same. I can enchant books, maybe, and try to get multi-jump. I'll take that. Used up all that EXP and I didn't end up getting any life bending, so whatever. Got this nice bow though. It says it has multi-shot like 30 million on it. It only shoots 2 arrows at a time. I guess it's broken. But it also doesn't say it has infinity, and it has infinity. So, you know. Like, is that 2 or is that 3? That's 2, right? So yeah, I don't... Where... I'm trying to see how much damage it does. It teleports me. Oh wow, that did a lot of damage. Jeez, that hurt. Alright, well, it's a pretty good bow, I guess. And that was like, that, you know, it was mid-charge. Although then again, it has, with the amount of quick draw I have on it, maybe quick tapping is a full draw. I don't know. Whatever. While we're on the topic of enchanting, I want to make the resplendent amulet prism thingy. This gives us more enchants. That's all there is to it today. It's enchants left, right, and center. So, one of our astral perks that we took, the book away as well, but one of the perks we took gives us more amulet enchantments, plus 129%. Don't know exactly how that manifests, but there's also enchantments gained from, basically there's increased enchantments and more levels. So I'm curious to see. Okay, so yeah, it gives, I mean, this seems like normal, but plus levels to existing enchants. There's a couple other things it can roll. It can roll plus levels to all enchants, and just plus levels to enchant, like without the word existing. So plus existing enchant is probably the weakest of the lot. The better ones are the best one, I guess, is plus to all existing enchants, or plus to any, like, you know, +1 levels or 2 levels to just a generic enchant that you get even if you don't have that base enchant. So like, you know, +1 to unbreaking, right? Everything has +1 unbreaking. That's fine. I want better. So you can re-roll it for what, 2 stardust, a gem, and a bucket of starlight. We're gonna go through this a little while until I get something that I am satisfied with. This will do, I guess. 1 level 2 protection, 1 to all existing. I wonder if when I equip it, I think it goes in that slot. Does that go up? No, it's still 1. I was hoping the fact that I had all these, you know, plus 129% would like double it or something. Apparently it didn't. Also, I enchanted Ender IO gear, thinking that, you know, I'll just put the Ender IO upgrades on it. The Dark Steel upgrades can't be made until we have an alloy smelter, which I think we're close to, but there's still tungsten. Yeah, there's still a little bit left before we can make the alloy smelter. Something I did while I was enchanting. Oh no, wait, did that arrow do that much damage to my gear? I shot myself with the arrow once, right? Okay, let's check how much durability. 330, 320. I might need a better way to repair my gear. And oh dang, that did a lot of damage to my gear. I didn't take the perk that damages my gear, did I? There's one out here I know that says something like, your gear takes damage instead of you. No, I didn't take that one. Well then, we're gonna need repair. Diamond anvil will do for now. It, literally just repairs your gear. Pretty quick at that. Anyways, I think that's all the time we have for today. Didn't really get any progression done. I mean, technically, we completed one quest, so we did do some progression. Take that. But we'll be back next time. I think today was the play around with gears and enchant stuff. We'll be back next time for some actual honest-to-goodness progression. Try to get, I don't know, we should be able to get through a significant part of Chapter 6, I expect. Anyways, I hope you had fun today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. This is a bad idea. Can I one-shot myself if I'm not wearing gear? No, I cannot. Wait, did that do less damage? Weird.